Hey everyone, welcome back to another Orbit Devlog. This week was a little slower than usual, but a lot of time went into refining existing systems, fixing edge cases, and laying the groundwork for future content. Even though there weren't as many major features as some previous updates, a lot of important progress was made behind the scenes. Asteroid system expansion. One of the biggest areas of focus this week was the asteroid system. Asteroids now come in 3 distinct sizes, each with their own behaviors, interactions, and collision responses. Getting all of these interactions working consistently took quite a bit of effort, but the end result is a much more interesting and stable system. The larger asteroids help create additional battlefield pressure, while the different sizes add more variety to encounters and make the arena feel a little more alive. Bullet system cleanup. I also spent some time revisiting the bullet system. Rather than adding new features, this update focused on simplifying the underlying logic and cleaning up the code. This doesn't sound very exciting on paper, but it has already made future development much easier. The new structure is significantly cleaner, easier to maintain, and makes it much simpler to add new projectile behaviors and upgrades moving forward. Sometimes the best feature is making future features easier to build. New boss attacks. On the boss side, I decided to replace the original Phase 7 trapping attack. While the trapping mechanic was an interesting idea, it wasn't producing the gameplay I wanted. In its place, I introduced a charged high-speed power shot. The attack gives players a clear warning before unleashing a powerful projectile, creating a more direct and readable threat. I also introduced Phase 8 along with a brand new homing projectile special attack. The homing attack is still a work in progress and will likely require additional balancing. Right now, it actually feels less threatening than some of the earlier special attacks, which is obviously not ideal for a later phase. Alongside these additions, I also reworked special attack selection. Previously, certain attacks could appear too frequently and create repetitive encounters. The new system does a better job of mixing attacks together, resulting in more varied and unpredictable boss fights. Upgrade system expansion. The upgrade system received a fairly substantial update this week. A new epic rarity tier was added, represented by a red banner. This sits between the existing rarity levels and helps create a smoother progression curve for upgrade rewards. I also added the first offensive upgrades to the game, Split Shot. Split Shot allows the player to fire multiple projectiles at once, increasing overall coverage and damage potential. Piercing Bullets. Piercing Bullets became the first legendary upgrade. This upgrade allows certain shots to pass through enemy projectiles, opening up new offensive and defensive possibilities during combat. Adding these upgrades required changes to several supporting systems, including rarity handling, upgrade filtering, and selection logic. A lot of the work this week wasn't just adding upgrades, it was making sure the upgrade framework could continue growing in the future. Balancing improvements. A large amount of balancing work also happened behind the scenes. Many special attacks now scale with boss phases, making later encounters significantly more dangerous than earlier ones. This helps progression feel more meaningful and ensures that new phases don't just introduce different attacks, but genuinely increase the challenge as well. The return of an old bug. Of course, no development week would be complete without a bug. An old pause menu issue has resurfaced, although this time in a slightly different form. The problem appears to be related to interactions between the pause menu and the upgrade selection screen. I'm still investigating the exact cause, but tracking down and fixing these kinds of edge cases is becoming increasingly important as more systems begin interacting with each other. Wrapping up, overall, this update was less about adding massive new features and more about strengthening the foundation of the game. The asteroid system became more robust. The bullet system became cleaner and easier to expand. The boss gained new attacks and a new phase. The upgrade system gained both a new rarity tier and its first offensive upgrades. And a lot of balancing work helped make progression feel more meaningful. Orbit is continuing to grow, and with the core systems becoming more stable, I'm looking forward to focusing on even more content in future updates. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next devlog.